from waves to pixel fights, he battles the storms and the virtual night. He sailed the high seas as a US Navy pet, fought through the gales, no fear or regret. Now he's a streamer on Twitch with a grin. Variety gamer, let the fun begin. Yo ho, yo ho, from deck to the screen, Captain Adonis, the bravest you've seen. In Starship Troopers, he drops from the sky, blasting the bugs till they all say goodbye. For the Federation, he charges ahead, mobile infantry leaving foes for dead. Lasers and salt spray, he conquers the stars in his own special way. Then off to Azeroth in World of Warcraft's land, hosting his podcast with a tankard in hand. Lions cry tavern where tales are spun true, raids and quests with his merry crew. With defiance, YouTube producer, bitty, sharp and bright, Twitch streams lively from morning till night. A veteran sailor with joystick and grip, Adonis the captain on this epic trip. Yo ho, yo ho, a chanty we sing for Captain Adonis, the gaming king. Hey!
What do we do with a drunken sailor? What do we do with a drunken sailor? What do we do with a drunken sailor? Early in the morning, way hey, up she rises, way hey, up she rises, way hey, up she rises. Early in the morning, way hey, up she rises, way hey, up she rises, way hey, up she rises. Early in the morning.
Shave his belly with a rusty razor, shave his belly with a rusty razor, shave his belly with a rusty razor, lie in the morning.
For the Federation!
Up she rises, way hey, up she rises, way hey, up she rises, early in the morning. Put him in a longboat till he's sober, put him in a longboat till he's sober, put him in a longboat till he's sober, early in the morning. Way hey, up she rises, way hey, up she rises, way hey, up she rises, early in the morning. Way hey, up she rises, way hey, up she rises, way hey, up she rises, early in the morning.
Stick him in the scupper with a hose pipe on him, stick him in the scupper with a hose pipe on him, stick him in the scupper with a hose pipe on him, early in the morning.
Way hey, up she rises, way hey, up she rises, way hey, up she rises, early in the morning. Give him a dose of salt and water, give him a dose of salt and water, give him a dose of salt and water, early in the morning. Way hey, oh, way hey, oh, way hey, oh, early in the morning.
That's what we do with the drunken sailor, that's what we do with the drunken sailor, that's what we do with the drunken sailor, lie in the morning.
Way hey, up she rises, way hey, up she rises, way hey, up she rises, early in the morning. Way hey, up she rises, way hey, up she rises, way hey, up she rises, early in the morning. Way hey, up she rises.
Hey everybody, welcome in on Captain Adonis, and we're playing some Sea Power today. I kind of got hooked on this because of Captain Jimbo TV. He's a streamer that good friend of mine, and he got me hooked on this game. I had it, but I didn't. When I bought it, I was like, oh, I want a modern day game, and there's a lot to these modern day games. I'm telling you that right now. there's just a lot to them. There's so much to know, from ASW, anti-surface warfare or anti-submarine warfare, to radar, to jamming, to, I mean, oh my God, the different types of missiles, what they can do. And then of course, you know, what threats and different types of ships there are in the world, right? Boy, my light seems really bright. Let's see if I can turn that down a little bit. Oh, that's not what I wanted. That's brighter. That's a little better. Oh, that's too bright. I think the camera kind of adjusts it too. So anyway, yeah, so that's what we're doing today, is we're going to do a little sea power. And I've been playing with the mission editor. I made my favorite mission in the whole world because I found a World War II mod that's out there. And this is somebody who has redesigned or made ships from the World War II era. For instance, let me just give you kind of an example of what they've got. For World War II, for the Americans, they have the USS Yorktown, the Hornet, the Enterprise, 1942 edition and the 1943 edition. The Essex class aircraft carriers, the Lexington, Saratoga, Midway, the Ranger, the Independence. Battleships, they have the Missouri and the Wisconsin. The Montana class, which I've never heard of. I live in Montana. I've never heard of a battleship Montana. But that's apparently from World of Warships. The West Virginia, the Arizona, the Colorado, so on and so forth. This guy's got 194 ships and 46 different aircraft from World War II. So there's battle cruisers, there's heavy cruisers, there's light cruisers, destroyers, destroyer leaders, whatever that is. Destroyer escorts, submarines, Gato and Baleo class, auxiliary ships, Liberty ships, which are, you know, the task force, or the Liberty ships were the cargo ships of the time. And then aircraft. This is what I really like. The Seahawk, the Grumman TBF Avenger, the PBY Catalina, the F8U Crusader, the F4U number 5. I don't know what that one is. The F4U4. Those are Corsairs. The F9s, the AD, I mean, there's a whole list of them. The F4F Hellcats and Bearcats. Well, I guess the SBD2 is a Helldiver. Yeah, you could find you could find them in the bad side of Vegas. A destroyer escort. Yeah, it depends on, you know, I mean, I've seen some of the 10-cent biddies, you know, that Mac always buys. There's some destroyer escorts there. And then it's got the UK. There's some, like the Ark Royal, the Impeccable, the Illustrious class aircraft carriers, the Eagle, battleships, the King George. I mean, so you can go, I mean, and that's UK. Then let's see, aircraft, they got the Supermarine Walrus, the Supermarine Seafair, the Swordfish, the Firefly, the Avro Lancaster. I mean, so with this mod, and it's an 8 gig mod, right? I already put my game that I designed. I spent the weekend designing it. It's one of my favorite mods to do in a type of game like this. And I'll just give you a little hint. The name of it is The Final Countdown. And if you haven't seen that movie, then you need to go watch it. It's on YouTube right now. And that'll give you an idea of my mod that I created. And so I got Captain Jimbo. He's testing it out for me, but he's out for the next couple of days. He's got some stuff he's got to do, so I haven't heard anything back from him. But then it's got Germany. Germany's got some ships here. The Bismarck, the Skarnhost. Let's see, they have submarines, destroyers, submarines, the Type 7C and the Type 11. So they have both those U-boats. That's cool. The Messerschmitt 109 and the Hankel 117. Let's see, Italy's got some battleships. So, I mean, the possibilities are endless with this mod. I highly recommend it. If you're in the game and you play Sea Power, go to the workshop and look up The Final Countdown. I have a link there to this World War II mod. And now it does take you to an off-site. It is safe. I've checked it and verified it. The guy is a well-known modder. So, and he's not Chinese. So you're not going to get a virus or anything like that from it. The guy's a huge fan of World of Warships. A lot of the designs of some of his ships here are from World of Warships, because World of Warships did a World War II mod. So I'm not a fan of World War II. World of Warships. Oh shit, Nico! Nico, how are you, my friend? Thank you for joining the stream. You guys are my regulars, man. That is awesome. I love it. So what we're talking about, Nico, is Sea Power, as you can see in the background there. Sea Power is a modern naval combat game, but I found a World War II mod, which as you well know, I am a huge fan of World War II. And we were just going over what kind of ships they had. Well, I'm doing great for Monday. You know, it is Monday, right? Yeah, it's Monday. So Monday, there's nothing wrong with Mondays. Right? Well, and I already created, like I said, just before you got in, Nico, I created my favorite mod of all times. I've tried creating this in a couple other games with no success. I tried to create it in Wolfpack, and it you know, I mean, it gives the illusion of what I want, but this actually did it. This actually did it. So I had to download this 8 gigabyte mod. Holy shit. But like I said, there's 194 ships and how many planes did I say? I mean, 137 planes. Number of aircraft types, 46. So 194 ships and 46 aircraft from World War II. And we're just going through the list. I just finished Germany, Italy, Japan. So Japan's got the carriers, the Kaga, the Hiru.
Hello there.
The Shinano, the Shokaku, the Raijo. So from what I understand, yes. Now, he did pull quite a bit from World of Warships, because World of Warships did a huge World War II mod for their game. And so I'm assuming it's correct. I haven't checked all of them, but some of the ones that I did look at, you know, are correct. So, but I created a mod and I already put it up on the workshop. I have Captain Jimbo checking it out for me. So if you guys play this game or want to play this game, by all means, go check out my my mod. It's called The Final Countdown. And if you haven't seen the movie, it's actually on YouTube right now. So you can go watch it on YouTube if you want, if you have never seen the movie, because it's a very interesting idea. Yeah, so Japan's got, you know, the battleship, the Yamato. And from what I understand, the Yamato is not actually historically accurate. I mean, it's more of a Nagato class than a Yamato class, but whatever. Let's see, destroyers, submarines. They only have one type of submarine, the I-54 for the Japanese, but they got the aircraft, which is what I was really excited about. They got the A6M2 Mitsubishi Zero. They've got the Kates and the Vals, you know, which is the dive bombers and the torpedo bombers. So you could set up all sorts of scenarios, and I'm gonna go over some of those today. Oh shit, there's even French aircraft carriers, battleships. So they're Swedish. The Swedes have a light cruiser. That's it, and destroyers. The Netherlands has a battle cruiser, and that's a paper design from World of Warships. So, you know, for those of you over in the Netherlands and Germany and Sweden and so on, you guys got your you guys got some World War II ships in there that you could use. So we could set up all sorts of battles, and that's what I want to do with this particular game. Is I want to set up those battles, those World War II battles, and you know, I'm thinking about doing a Final Countdown series too, right? Where I'll just go ahead and tell you what Final Countdown's about. Yeah, well, but I want to throw a twist into it though, Nico. So the Final Countdown, if you haven't seen the movie, basically what it is. The gist of the movie is the USS Nimitz hits a time warp. This storm, it's a time storm, sends them back in time to December 6, 1941, the day before Pearl Harbor. And it takes them about a day to figure out what the hell happened, where they're at, and what's going on. But they do figure it out because they go find the Japanese fleet. And they're like, you know what? We're going to correct history. We're going to launch all of our Tomcats and our Prowlers and everything we have. And we're going to go, and our Corsairs. And we're going to go. So modern day aircraft for, you know, back in the 1980s. Going back to World War II, going back 40 years. Yes, yes. You'll like the movie. It's got a very unique twist to it. And of course, the movie, I'm not going to spoil it for you, but the movie turns out different than what I want to do. So what I want to do is there was a series of videos that came out that said they were going to redo the Final Countdown, that HBO was going to do it. And then it was Prime. HBO didn't want to do it. Prime was going to do it. But they put a whole bunch of videos out there and they were AI generated videos. I think what they were trying to do is hype it up enough that maybe one of the two of them would take on the project and actually make the movie. But it was about the aircraft carriers staying. It stayed in World War II forever, right? So they have issues like, okay, well, the jet planes that are on the Nimitz can't use the fuel that they had in World War II. So they have to start making fuel for it. And they have to figure that out, right? And they got like Einstein and all these people trying to figure this stuff out. And then, of course, you know, the Germans are fearing the Nimitz. I mean, because just one of the anti-submarine warfare aircraft could take out all the U-boats in Germany without an issue. You know, sonar buoys and so on and so forth, right? Well, and that's the other thing, right? They wouldn't be able to duplicate that technology in World War II unless they fast tracked a whole shitload of science. So that's what this spoof movie was about, that the Nimitz stayed in World War II and how the timeline changed, what could have possibly, I mean, God, it would have made the United States like the world power with one aircraft carrier and the airplanes that it had and the technology that it had, radar, that's its massive radar jamming, so on and so forth. 40 years before its time, right? Now, could you advance science that quickly? It's possible, maybe, because there's a lot of stuff like when you look at the electronics. I mean, we had transistors and resistors and silicone chips. They're not going to have that in World War II, and it hasn't even been invented yet. But could the sailors at the time on board Nimitz actually be able to help duplicate that and get working equipment for the time to replenish what they lost? Now, I know as a fact, because I was on USS Nimitz, as you can see, I know as a fact that we had civilian contractors on board the ship, and that didn't make any difference when. So if we were at war, if we were not at war, we had civilian contractors on board ship. They were the ones that actually worked on the delicate pieces of equipment, because, for instance, I know as a fact that the main engine bull gear, which is the main gear in the engine, the U.S. Navy did not own. What are you talking about, Kazuri? Oh, you built up the Captain Adonis points, huh? Should I go change it to 200? Should I go change it to 200,000? Is that what I have it set at? Pick a game for me at 150,000? Oh, I do. I may have to up that. No, that's cool. That's cool. I've already had Judge actually redeemed it. He's redeemed it once on me, and he says he has another redemption possible of another 150,000 points. So the only caveat I have with that, so you know, Kazuri, is that I either have to, one, own the game already. So that's because you guys watch a lot. It's mainly designed, the Captain Adonis points are mainly designed for people that don't watch that often. So there again, that's what I was getting ready to say. I have to either own the game, and I'll be happy to stream it and play it, or it has to be gifted. If I don't have the game and you really want me to play it, now that's what Judge did. He had me play this damn zombie game that he really likes, but it was a single player zombie game. I can't even remember the name of it. What the hell was it? But he gifted it to me. He gifted the game to me through Steam. Shit, I don't remember. I don't even know if I can just search zombie. No, it doesn't look like it. I don't remember what it was. It was okay. It wasn't bad. The zombies were super powered. They had like super speed, and they were like zombie vampires, right? So I don't know. It just, I think with him, it was more because it's a single player game. He enjoyed it because it scared the shit out of him. It does do a lot of jumpy jump shit, but it's like 7 Days to Die. I don't know. As well as I do, Kazuri, I like zombie games that are more like The Walking Dead. They got to be Walking Dead type simulators. I like those because to me, that's the way a zombie would act in the real world. They're not going to all of a sudden become superhuman because they're dead or undead, right? They're not, their muscles aren't going to get more powerful. They're decaying, they're rotting corpses. Hell, some of them don't even have muscle fiber on their bones, so I don't even know how they could use that arm, but whatever. I mean, zombies aren't real, so yeah.
You hold me closely, but now I know you love me.
Yeah, but those are a different
mostly.
type of zombie,
Sorry,
Julie.
Joe.
Welcome in, Julie. Shuli. Welcome in. Thank you so much for jumping in the stream today. So we're just going over, I know Captain Jim's been playing Sea Power. I think he's been streaming it, but he's been playing the regular game. All right. So what I want to do is work with the mission editor and make different types. Yeah, we got those all over the place in the US, especially now that marijuana is legal. My God, I swear to God, that's why marijuana is legal. They want you fat, dumb, and unresponsive so they can control you, because they can't have slaves anymore legally, so they're going to make it illegal. They're gonna make you stupid with marijuana, and then they're gonna make you fat and dumb with McDonald's. I mean, for Christ's sake, people don't even know their basic rights anymore today. You know, nothing's taught in school. They don't teach any of that shit in school. What are they trying to do? They're trying to change the school system to teach you how to use proper pronouns. I mean, come on. You know, you kids are really confused. You don't know if you're male or female. So that's what we're going to teach you in school, how to identify who you want to be instead of who you are. You know, it's getting ridiculous. It's a shift in culture that I don't think is a good thing. But there again, my dad used to say the same thing about my generation, that it was a shift in culture and it was going downhill. Now I'm saying the same thing. So I'm just thinking, hey, I'm just as old as my dad now. That's what my wife keeps telling me. You're turning out just like your dad. But yet when I ride with her, she gets just as pissed at other people driving. So, all right, Nico, head out to dinner. Have a good dinner, my friend. We'll be here. We just got started. So, yeah, so we're going to do some missions. So does anybody have a suggestion at all for a World War II mission they'd like to see? Anyway, where I was going with that is I want to continue the story of the Nimitz in combat with anything World War II. Now, it doesn't have to be the Nimitz necessarily. We could bring in like a destroyer and see how well one destroyer could take on, you know, the Japanese fleet or the Germans, you know, because there was that other movie, the Philadelphia Experiment, right? Where, what was it? Okay, I gotta look that up. Philadelphia Experiment. What ship was in the Philadelphia Experiment? That was the Eldridge. Yes, the Eldridge. DD, or it was a DE. USS Eldridge. So that would be a good one. Say it actually transported back to World War II. Or no, I guess the Eldridge was a World War II. Hold on. So the Eldridge was a destroyer escort, a DE. Was made radar invisible. That was the idea behind it. So like having, you know, the stealth fighters of today. But what would happen if we took a modern day destroyer escort and sent it back to World War II? I think that one was a World War II destroyer escort that was sent into the future. That was the idea behind the movie Philadelphia Experiment. So we could do a reverse Philadelphia Experiment, right? I think we should try that. And then that was in Norfolk. So that's going to be on the West Coast or on the East Coast. So let's just start up a mission here. We're going to mission name reverse Philadelphia Experiment. The reverse Philadelphia Experiment. I'm going to start it off as easy, not so there's 5 levels of difficulty. 1 is really easy, 2 is a little bit more, 3 is average. I'm not going to make it 3 yet until we decide what we're going to do with it. But we need to pick a spot for it. The Philadelphia Experiment was outside of Norfolk. Was it Norfolk? Is that what they said? Teleported from Philadelphia to Norfolk. Oh, it was made invisible and teleported from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania to Norfolk, Virginia. All right, so let's see if we can find the exact position of Norfolk. All right. Let's see where this is at on the coastline here. All right, so Philly, Norfolk is right there. So technically it's up. Let's see, there's the little knob. That's New York. So New York sits right about there. So right about where it looks like, I'm guessing here. Yeah, that looks like it. Very, very close anyway. So right in here is where we're going to be. I want to put a group right there so I know where it's at. Boom, boom. Group. Let's just grab anything. Boom. All right. So there we go. There's our anchor point. That's where we're going. Gonna bring this down here because I found that if you don't have this close by, then you can't set the time of day. And I don't like the time of day. We're gonna go in 0900. I want to see how dark that is. And then local time. All right. Mission description. Now this doesn't go out. Let's see. Yes. So they were actually in the movie. They were actually in the movie. Oh, hold on. My wife is calling. So my wife is in town and she's hungry, and we had Jersey Mike's yesterday, and now she's craving Jersey Mike's again. So she wants me to order her another sandwich like I got. I already ate mine because I ordered extra yesterday, and so I had my leftovers for breakfast this morning. Breakfast, lunch. I kind of eat an early lunch so I can stream. All right, let's see. Reorder this one. No. And where the hell's the edit button? Oh, right there. Edit this one, regular sized. Update. Remove this one. Okay. All right. I got it all set up so when she texts me, I can order it. Right? All right. So we're going to go here. So we now have the Eldridge, the USS Eldridge. This is what we're description. Whoops.
Sbagelli, smagozzi, babozzi, bongi balongi.
All right, the USS Eldridge. I got to look and see if we have the Eldridge, though. Hold on. So group US vessel type. The Eldridge was a destroyer escort. Right? So let's go AI mode. Okay, let's see, the USS Eldridge. There's always research. Eldridge class and ship number. All right, the USS Eldridge was a cannon class, DE. So we may or may not have one of those cannon class. Yeah, it doesn't look like. I wish I could separate. Heavy cruiser, light cruiser, destroyer escort. So do we want to make it? Yeah, I suppose we can make it a destroyer escort. I wish there was a search function here that I could search these ships up. So there's one destroyer escort. So we're looking for destroyer escorts. I think we should stick with the destroyer escort. Here's a Carpenter class, but that's also 1955. I want something a little bit more modern. Let's try this. What is a modern day DE? See how good AI is getting. A modern Navy terminology, direct equivalent, World War II destroyer direct escort, is the frigate. The Navy retired the term destroyer escort in 75 with the reclassification redesignated as FF or guided missile frigates, FFGs. Okay. Guided missile cruiser. I think that would be a good one. So we're looking for an FFG, a guided missile cruiser. I don't know if it shows it as a let's see, destroyers, fleet auxiliary. There you go. The Long Beach is a missile cruiser, though. That's a cruiser. So we're looking for a frigate. Do we have any frigates? Here, let's try this. List of ships. USA ships. No. Let me look. Mine actually says Navy vet plays Sea Power, learning the mission editor and setting up World War II missions. That's the title, Chuli. Maybe you just need to refresh your browser. First of all, you have all U.S. ships in Sea Power. Oh, in Sea Power. Hold on. Sea Power game. Okay. There we go. All right. So let's go through this list of ships here. So battleships, guided missile cruisers, destroyers, frigates. Okay, there is Oliver Hazard Perry class, Knox class, and Garcia Brooks class. So those are the three fast frigate FFGs. So it looks like the Oliver Perry class is the one I'm looking for. So let's get down to O's. Okay, Oliver Perry class is in 1977. Then there's the Knox class, HIJK. Knox class frigate is 69. I guess there's three of them. Knox class later frigate. (1983 to 1994). So that's probably the one I'm looking at. And then there's supposed to be the Garcia class. Garcia class is 1964. Garcia/Brooks class, specially designed for anti-submarine guided missile escort frigate. Hold on, guys. I got to order a sandwich, but it's always asking me for my CCIV, and I can never remember that fucker. filter favorites, dude. Yeah, okay, I remembered it. Ready at 103. Okay. So back to this. All right. So Garcia class, Garcia or Brooks class. Do I have a Brooks class? Brook class frigate. That's 72. So it looks like the Knox is the most current. Because what was the Oliver? Oliver was short haul and long haul. Both of them say 1977. '79 to 2015. That's the long haul version. I guess it really depends on the weapons that it has. 412. This one's got 6. 34 of these. I don't know what these are. Anti-surface. Okay. Got 34. Yeah, see the Knox isn't going to be what I want. Even though it's more current. Right? HIJK. This is the long process of Knox class frigate late. Yeah, this is 83 to 94. But see, it doesn't have as many missiles. It's got 22 of these, which are anti-submarine torpedoes. Then it's got anti-submarine rockets. So this is more of an ASW, and it's got 4 harpoons for surface ships. So not a lot. So that's not going to last very long. I mean, you know, it's still got its 20 millimeter and its 127 millimeter gun. I think we should go with the Perry class. What was the ship in the last ship? What kind of class ship was that? What ship was in the last ship? That was a Nathan James. It was a DDG. It was a fictional. It was an Arleigh Burke guided missile destroyer. It was actually the real life USS Halsey and the USS Dewey were the 2 filming locations. So it was an Arleigh Burke. Let's look at it. Okay, so it's our choice between the Oliver Perry and the Arleigh Burke. Oh, do we not have an Arleigh Burke class? We've got to have an Arleigh Burke class. I did not see one at all. Arley, Arleigh. Arleigh Burke. There are 4 variants. Why is there no Arleigh Burke class though? List area of destroyers. Arleigh Burke class. Oh, it says destroyer. DDG is a guided missile destroyer, but why? So it's not a frigate. Go back to the list of ships in sea power. So it's a destroyer, a DDG. Okay, so in sea power, they only have the Kid, Spruance.
Oh, honey, how
Oh.
dare you say it's my browser that needs refreshing? Shame on you when I've already sharpened my eyebrow pencil for the day. Naughty Captain Adonis clearly needs a little spanking, and trust me, I'm more than ready to enjoy every second of it.
You're not the
As
only
for
one.
this game, Sea Power, well, sweetheart, I definitely see the power rising in you.
Julie, you're a freak, man. I love it. Thank you so much for the biddies. That's a good voice too for TTS. That's a good voice. Well, it says it's its own distinct class, but it's not listed as a class in the game. So all we have is guided missile got a missile
Sbagelli,
destroyers
Smagozzi, Babozzi, Bongi Balongi.
are the Farragut, the Kid, the Spruance, the Adams, the Farragut, and the Gearing. So let's look at those. I mean, we have the Oliver Perry that we could do that one for it, but I mean, we don't have to send back the Eldridge type. We can send back whatever we want, just as long as it's a. I'm thinking a DDG because they got lots of missiles. So let's look at the Kid. Would you have the Kid here? I thought the Kid, yeah, the Kid class destroyer. Whoop. Kid class destroyer. Okay. So let's look at that. So the Kid class destroyer has 52 anti-aircraft missiles. Okay. 16 anti-submarines. Has 16 torpedoes. What are these? Anti-aircraft missile. Anti-aircraft, anti-surface. So that's both. And it has 52 of those. And then 8 of these, which are anti-surface missiles. Okay. So this one's got quite a bit. So that's the Kid. And let's check out the Spruance class. It says highly capable anti-submarine warfare destroyer. So I don't know if that's what we want. I mean, this has anti-submarine capability, but let's look at the Spruance. Spruance class destroyer. Yeah, it doesn't have much. Got the rims, which are anti-aircraft, anti-surface. So that does both. Anti-surface missile. Anti-submarine rockets. And then torpedoes. So that one wouldn't be a bad one. The Spruance class. It's got the capabilities I'm thinking. So what we're doing is we decided, Nico, we're going to do the Philadelphia experiment, a reverse Philadelphia experiment. So in the Philadelphia experiment, the movie, they sent a World War II ship from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania to Norfolk, Virginia. And they did this they were just trying to make it invisible, right? Radar invisible. But what happened was it actually sent it, depending on what version you watch, it sent it into the future and then came back, but it ended up in Norfolk after that. So we're saying that we're doing the same thing, but we're doing a modern day, see if we can travel it back in time to World War II. Or we're trying to do the whole cloaking device issue. You know, we're going to make one of our modern day ships cloaked so it's radar invisible, kind of like a Klingon bird of prey, right? It goes visually, you can't see it. But we accidentally sent it back in time to World War II, 40 years in the past or whatever. So that's what we're thinking for this particular scenario. So we're trying to figure out a good class of ship to go back in time. And I think what we're going to do, well, I mean, anytime you deal with time travel, right? Anytime you deal with time travel, there's a lot of variants that can go wrong. I mean, a lot of variants. That's why I don't like time travel as far as a movie or a TV series plot, because it just to me it's poor writing skills. So as the writer of the episode or the movie, it's just lazy. Time travel is just lazy because, you know, here's the age old paradox, right? If I could travel back in time to meet my dad as a young person and I kill him, I could never be born. And if I could never be born, how did I go back in time and kill him? See, that's the conundrum that time travel brings into it. So, and there's never an answer, right? There's never an answer for that, because you're absolutely right. If I go back in time, I mean, Back to the Future was perfect for that, right? That's true. That is very true. So I think between these two, the Spruance and the Kid, I suppose I could look up, what is it, the Farragut? Yeah. The Farragut was that was an early Cold War. Let's look up the Farragut. I want to compare it to. So let's go to the Farragut. So I spent all weekend doing my other mission. So I have a feeling, I mean, this is going to be a little, oh, do we not have a Farragut? I thought it said Farragut was one of the ones that were in here. Spruance, Farragut, Kuntz. There's Kuntz. Okay. I'd come to the conclusion that everything would already be somehow modified to appear like it is now. Well, yeah, so that's another I follow what you're saying. So if I traveled back, if I took this ship back in time, right? Then because it's modern day, but see, it depends, Nico, what you're looking at, right? If you're looking at the fact that you're in World War II, so you're in the 1940s and you bring Nimitz back in time, right, to 1940, 41, whatever. From that point on, the technology from Nimitz is there. So yes, so when you're in the future as Nimitz and you go back in time, you've already got that technology, and it should be even more advanced than what you're taking back, because you've had 40 years to work on that technology before the Nimitz became available, right? And this is the whole time paradox problems that you run into. That's why I say, when you're making a show, a TV series, or a movie, it's very lazy writing, very lazy to use time travel in any aspect. Because if you took the Nimitz back in time from current to 1941, well, the current one would have that technology that you just took back, plus another 40 years worth of technology upgrades that you're doing because you're upgrading, right? Yeah. So hence why it's not possible. Time travel is not possible. Now, I do know that Neil deGrasse Tyson has said, if time travel is possible, it's only possible in one direction, and that's to go back in time. Which I didn't really understand how he meant that. Yes. Julie, I did that a couple of times when I was in the Navy. We crossed the international border And when we cross the international border, depending on what direction you're going, you travel forward in time because now instead of Tuesday, it's Wednesday. And then when you come back the other direction, instead of Wednesday, it's Tuesday. So you went back in time.
Travel every week.
Huh?
They said I time travel every week.
Yeah. But I mean, just crossing time zones can do that. Now, here's where it gets really brain exploding time. Okay. You think about your time zones, right? So you think of time zones, right? If you travel so far, you have to change your clock, right? Because you went to a different time zone, right? So when you look at the way time zones are made, they all go to the North Pole and the South Pole, right? And they get wider at the equator. So they get narrower at the North Pole and they get narrower at the South Pole, where they actually meet. All time zones meet at the South Pole and at the North Pole, right? Because we're a circle, basically. We're a globe, right? So when you go to the North Pole, what time is it? Think about that one. That'll make your brain hurt. That'll make your brain hurt because it's all time. So when you go to the North Pole, you're in every time zone at the same time. So it's 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, all 24 time zones at one time when you're at the North Pole or the South Pole. So make that one make sense. Look at your watch. What time is it? It's all time. It's every time. It's every second, every minute of every day is right there. Now you know why I love science. It's every hour at every moment. Exactly right. Yep. So, and here's the thing too. As you get closer to the North Pole, the time zones get smaller, right? They get more narrow. So you could literally cross 3 time zones in 20 minutes, where 20 minutes at the equator won't get you, crossing any time zones, but you could cross 3 time zones in 20 minutes at the North Pole. Yeah. Yeah. See how that fucked with your day? Now you're going to have this headache all day long because we're talking about time travel. One of my favorite subjects to talk about. So, yeah. Here's another one to really blow your mind completely apart. Oh, no. I got it, Julie. I got it. No, trust me. I got it. The point being, right. So does that mean time actually exists? Nico? Wild Dog, time travel. Yes. Welcome in, Wild Dog. Yes, we're talking about time travel. So let's give Wild Dog a shout out here. What the hell was that? What were you playing there? That was a short clip. That was a really short clip. You just shot somebody and that was it. Anyway, so what we're doing here in Sea Power, if you haven't seen Sea Power, Wild Dog, we created the movie, The Final Countdown. So I created a scenario in Sea Power that sends the USS Nimitz back in time to Pearl Harbor, the attack on Pearl Harbor, the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor. I actually have it uploaded on the workshop right now. I don't think you play Sea Power. I don't know if Sea Power is out on the console. But even if it is, you can't download workshop items. So Yeah. Well, and people have done that, truly. The song is okay. The movie's much better. The song is an old 80s, big hair, you know, the final countdown. I had to do that because my wife's not in the house. If she heard me do that, she's out putting her license plates on her car. She would tell me to stop singing. She didn't like it when I sing. She says I sing like shit. Zen Fenjiama.
Down to the knees. I am
There he
sorry
is.
to inform you, you are fundamentally fucked.
Spoiled meat. I don't need that.
What are you playing there, Zan?
Yeah, half of the time is when you start up, you got to pretty much go through all your junk and make sure you got everything. It's basically
Oh, does that Fallout?
resource
Okay. Oh yeah.
management
Okay.
the first
Now
time you
I
log
can
in,
tell.
unless you have
I couldn't
exact know
tell
what
by
you're
just
gonna do.
the crafting menu, but as soon as you moved, I could tell it was Vault Tech.
I like this little spot over here because everything is just.
So yeah, Ben the Badass was playing Scrap Mechanic, Zan. I know you know him, right? Have you ever talked to him? I mean, I'm sure he'd love to do some multiplayer Scrap Mechanic. Yes, the 1980s movie, The Final Countdown. Yes, I created that in this game. I created a mission. I created that mission, except this time Nimitz stays. It doesn't go back. So in the movie, Nimitz travels to December 6th, the day before, sees what's going on. They get all their planes ready. They're going to go attack. They're going to wipe out all the Japanese carriers and all the airplanes attacking Pearl Harbor. They're going to change history. And then the time storm comes back and sends them back to the future. That's what happens in the movie. In my scenario, Nimitz stays. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a series of missions with USS Nimitz in it, where it goes up against the Germans. It goes up against the Italians, right? Of course, that would be like Italy and Germany combined because it's in the Mediterranean. But I'm gonna do different series missions like that. Yeah, he just said he went to work for himself though. So I don't know what that means. I didn't talk to him for very long last night.
Sbagelli, smagozzi, babozzi,
I think he was
bongi
saying that,
balongi.
he was working for himself.
You have another one of these or something this size back there.
Um,
I'd like to have.
no, you're gonna have to go to the hardware store. This is a license plate one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to go to the hardware store to get one. It wouldn't take you.
I mean, I can make it on the front. I just was.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah. You could probably order them. They're just called license plate screws. Probably order on Google, and then just have it shipped here. Yeah, I get you. Anyway, guys, sorry, my wife she's putting her license plates on, and there's only 2 screws per license plate, and she wants all 4 of them on. So. Oh, Zan, I already watched the movie like 3 times. So I created a mission that Nimitz goes back to Pearl Harbor and the Japanese are getting ready to attack. So in the movie, it was the day before, and then in the movie, they got sent back before they could do anything. In my mission for Sea Power, Nimitz goes back in time and actually has to fight the Japanese fleet and the planes heading for Pearl Harbor. And if you don't stop the planes from destroying Battleship Row, you failed. So there are 8 battleships in Battleship Row, right? And if you don't stop the Japanese from destroying them, you lose the mission. But if you do, you win and you get promoted to Rear Admiral. But what I'm going to do is continue on with a series of that. and make more Nimitz final countdowns, like going against, certain things. Like instead of them coming back for World War II, they come back for the Battle of Coral Sea, or they come back for Guadalcanal, right? And they help out in those aspects. So I think it's a really cool series, but I found this mod that had all the World War II airplanes and ships and subs in it from the world. Oh, Shuli. Shuli livens up the party with some Yandy candy. Yeah, you got to spend those Captain Adonis points. Otherwise, you're going to be like Kazuri, where he saves up 150,000 points and then gets to choose the game I get to play, or he has to buy me a game that I have to play. And he told me this morning, first thing on stream, I just hit 150,000. So I'm like, now I'm waiting to see what game he's going to make me play. Yeah, well, that just tells you, Zan, how much Kazuri watches me. He's got 150,000 points. So yeah, and that's why I have them, because it's a good indication of what people, how often people are watching me and for how long. Well, then don't ask Judge what it was, because I have that one. I played it for him for one stream, and I was like, okay, that's it. I'm done. Oh, it's a competition now, Julie. The competition. Well, there again, Zan. You buy Pal World, you get 150,000 points. I will have to play Pal World. And that'll be your way of getting me to play Pal World. Other than that, fuck Pikachu. That's all I got to say. Fuck that little yellow chicken. All right, so what we're doing here, guys, is we're going to do the reverse Philadelphia experiment. So in the movie The Philadelphia Experiment, we took a World War II ship, and it accidentally went forward in the future and then came back, and because they were experimenting with anti-radar technology, right? That was the movie. So we're doing a reverse Philadelphia Experiment, where we take a new ship, and I'm thinking a guided missile destroyer or cruiser. Right now, I'm really highly leaning towards this Spruance class, but I got a couple more I got to look up first. Yes, it would be, Julie. It would be very painful. But that's the thing. You make 150,000 points, you spend it, get me the game, and I will play it. I will play it. And you never know. You never know. I have never played Pal World. Maybe once I play it, I may like it. I did not like the shitty zombie game. I mean, I did. It was okay. Don't get me wrong. Judge really likes it, which is great, but it's not my type of zombie game. Play to completion. That's not, I would have to set another one to play for completion. Hey, I do all sorts of stuff, Julie. I go from hardcore military to fluffy. I could do that. My daughter's grumpy. Military co-op shooter. Yeah, I'll do, I'll play Texas Hold'em if you want. It doesn't make any difference to me what game it is. I've played Roblox. My daughter and I used to play, I think it was called Pizza Party or something. You had to make pizzas and deliver them in Roblox. Yeah, I don't really care. If you come up with the points, it means that you're a dedicated watcher. And if you're that dedicated, to get 150,000 points, I will play a game for you. All right, so back to this. So we're doing a reverse Philadelphia experiment. I'm trying to find a good ship to send back in time. Yeah, you could even make me play a cutesy game if you wanted. All right, I need to go back to my research. All right, so we looked up spruance, the Adams, the Charles Adams class. Thank you. I'm not seeing a Charles Adams. Charles F. Adams. I don't mean Charles Adams. See, and these are supposed to be ships that are in sea power, right? List of ships in sea power again. I did. I just didn't. I did load it up and play it, Julie. I have played every game that you've got me. I just not necessarily streamed it. Because I got to look at it as it's got to be stream worthy, right? But if you spend the points, whether it's stream worthy or not, and I'll stream it on a day that I know you can be there to watch the game or to play with me. Like if Zan got me Pal World and he wants me to play Pal World with him, then we'd set up a time between the two of us where we could both be on and I could stream it to, you know, to satisfy the goal of him making 150,000 points. So, or I can just stream it without him. Either way, that's up to him. All right, we're back to frigates. Guided missile frigate. Okay. No, guided frigates. I want a destroyer. DDG. Guided missile destroyers. Yeah, Charles. I don't see a Charles F. Adams class. Just because I live in Montana doesn't mean I'm a cowboy. Fletcher class? No, Farragut. So there's no Farragut class either. But there is a Goering class. There's several Goering class. Destroy escort, destroy. No, not really, Julie. All right, well, we'll look at this one. Oh, that one's only got torpedoes on it. That one's only got torpedoes and a deck gun. That was frame one. Wasn't that frame one? That was frame two. Oh, I don't know, frame one. Green class. Frame 1, 2. All right, Zan. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate the lurk. Green class destroyer. Well, that one's a little better. What are these? Anti-surface torpedo. No, those are torpedoes. Torpedoes and depth charges. That's more of a World War II. Oh, yeah, 1945. That's a Goering class 1945 destroyer. Okay, so the Goering, all right, so the Fletcher class destroyer. I don't see a Farragut class. And it says, well, AI says that there should be the Kidd, the Spruance, the Adams, the Farragut, and the Goering. And I've only found the Kidd and the Spruance. I haven't found an Adams or, well, I guess there was a Coons class. That's right. We were looking that up. There was a Coons class. And that's, the Coons class is also a Farragut. Yeah, good luck with that. I don't own a cowboy hat. Coons class destroyer. All right, let's see what we got here. Ooh, this one might be okay. Those are sensors. Anti-surface, anti-aircraft, and anti-surface missile. And there's 40 of those. Doesn't say how many of these are anti-surface harpoons. It doesn't say how many there are. Yeah, it doesn't say how many there are. This one's times 40. Maybe there's only one. Shit, do I got to spawn this one in just to take a look at it? All right. Coons class NTU destroyer. The NTU is a 1980s version. But then there's a 70. All right, well, let's bring that one in. Let's take a look at it. I think we're going to go with the Spruance class. I like the Spruance class over the Kid. Well, maybe. There's 24 missiles there. I don't know how many harpoons there are. $24 and $424. This one's got 52 anti-aircraft, anti-surface. Yeah, no, I'm thinking the Kid class is going to be the one I want to go with, because then there's anti-submarine rockets, 16, 8 harpoons. Yeah. So if we're going to do this, we're most likely going to be bringing the Kid in. So let's compare these two. Let's go down. Kid class destroyer. All right. Let's take a look at these ships here. All right. Let's just take a look at them really quick. Oh, I didn't save this yet. Reverse Philadelphia experiment. All right. Let's jump into this one and see. Capabilities of both of these. Plus, I want to check the time of day. All right, good. All right, so we've got both here. So this is the Coons class It has eight harpoons, 40 SAMs, Azerocs, 6 torpedoes. The Kid class has 56, 8 harpoons, 16 Azerocs, 16. Yeah, this is the one I want. Plus, it's got a helicopter. Right? Yeah, it's got a anti-submarine helicopter. It looks like it's got just one. No, it's got 2. Aircraft capability of 2. One's on deck, one needs to be readied. So we got anti-submarine helicopter. All right, so that's the one I want to go with. I want to go with the Kid.
Sbagelli,
So get rid of the
smagozzi,
Coons.
babozzi, bongi balongi.
All right, so the Kuntz is not what we want. USS Kid and the unit name. The Scott, the Kid, the Chandler. That would be funny. Chandler was the name of the captain on the last ship. Well, but so this is on the East Coast, though. So I'm thinking of taking on the Germans on this one. The Germans are the Italians, right? Now I know the German submarines were patrolling off the coast during, let's see, first of all, I got to set the time here. The lowest I can go is 1947. 26 June, that's today. No, it's not. So let's set it for today. Today is the 10th. And it is August. All right, there we go. Okay, so we've got this group, and we're going to call this what was the name of the ship in the Philadelphia experiment? The no, not the Nathan James. The USS Eldridge. So this will be the USS Eldridge. Yeah, thank you. And it now got classified as a DDG. But we're going to give it its same number, DDG 173. There we go. Yeah. It's a good movie, Kazuri. Or Chuli. So that's funny you should say that, Kazuri. Because the best Italian I had, the best Italian food I've ever had in my life was in Hong Kong. Don't ask me why. And I'm telling you right now, the best Chinese food I ever had was in Germany. Now, both places were run by, the Italians were, the Italian restaurant I went to in Hong Kong actually had Italians running it. And then in Germany, it was a little Japanese or a Chinese family. But I tell you what, that was some of the best food best Chinese food and best Italian food I've ever had. It's funny how that works out. All right, formation. Why is the kid not in the center? Oh, because it wasn't the first one listed. Okay, so remove that one. And we'll add in. There we go. Now that should be in the center. There we go. So what that is, this is a formation editor. So if you have a formation of ships, you can set the spacing on where they're at in formation with the other ship. And then, of course, obviously traveling in a direction. Now, see, I don't know if I would necessarily agree with that, but I can understand it. But like when I was in Hong Kong, we went to a Chinese restaurant and I still thought the Chinese food in Germany was better. So we're going to leave that as weapons tight. All right, so there's our first group. Now we got to come up with our enemy. And they're going ahead standard. They're going 116. I'm going to go ahead and have both the helicopters ready for launch. Wait, we'll have one. So with ASW, there's 11 and 4. With the Hunter, there's 11 and 4, no torpedoes. So that would be the only difference. This would still have 2 torpedoes on it. The Killer, the ASW Killer, where's the Killer at? Range Hunter. The Killer just has 2 torpedoes. So yeah, it's just better to have them set up as ASW. All right, we want both of them. We just want both of them ready to be launched. All right. So as far as I'm concerned, the Eldridge had its ASWs, helicopters up and ready to go. You know what? No, would they? No, they would have it secure. If you're going to do this experiment where you're going to go radar invisible, and so we're trying to make it sound like the Eldridge. I could have, Julie. I could have. Because there was a couple of times there where I have no idea how I sunk, how I became dead. So it is a possibility. And we're going to put this puppy, we're going to put him further in. So he's like coming out of Norfolk. Coming out of Norfolk, heading this direction when they engage the cloaking device. So this is going to be like a cloaking device like in Star Trek, where the bird of prey goes radar invisible. But because the technology is not quite there yet, when they do the cloaking device, because that was in what, 23rd century was Star Trek, or 24th century, something like that. We're just experimenting with it. It sends them back in time. So that's going to be the gist of the USS Eldridge. USS USS Eldridge, DDG 173. So what we're doing,
hit the wrong button.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to the front line.
And then it's just set to your imagination after that, right? So tugboat, this is sea power, and we are doing time travel in this game. So we're doing the USS Eldridge, which was in the Philadelphia experiment, and that was a World War II vessel that went forward into the future and then came back. This one's the reverse Philadelphia experiment, where the Eldridge goes, it's a DDG now, a guided missile destroyer, goes back in time to World War II as a guided missile destroyer. So we're setting up the mission. So let's see, tries out an experimental cloaking device. When it makes, I'll rewrite all this, makes the ship travel back in time to World War II Atlantic. All right. So that's the gist of what we're doing here. Is we're sending the Eldridge, which is actually the Chandler, back in time. We've created the group, and I don't think we should have them ready their helicopters. Open the flight deck. Let's delete that. I don't think they'd have everything stored. If they're going to test this new device out, I think they'd have everything secured to test this device out. So then they get transferred back and they realize, oh shit, you traveled back in time. So what I need to do is create another fleet. Oh, is it going to be? I think we're going to create another fleet here. These guys, and so in this group, we are going to have UK, got to have, I don't know what ships, are they in these or no? Yeah, I got to find them here. Maybe not UK, maybe we're looking for Liberty ships. I think these are all warships. No, Liberty ship. There's Liberty ship. So 6 Liberty ships. And we can change these. Let's do a formation here. So we want convoy ships. and we're having them go in this direction. We'll have one Liberty ship there, one there. Just put them about the same spacing. So if we need them a little closer together, because they usually traveled about 500. They were a tight group. So how far is that? So from here to here, that's about. So we need to go, we'll say half a nautical. We'll say half a nautical mile ahead. So right there. So we need to move this ship to there. That one to about there. Put them a little closer together. And that's too close. All right, there we go. Okay, now the convoy's set. Convoy's going to come in here, and then we need a German submarine. So that's the convoy. So now we need a sub. Let's put a sub out here from the convoy. Let's put them out, say, nautical miles, say about 5 nautical miles. There we go. All right, so let's get a sub. And this will be
Sbagelli,
red.
Smagozzi,
That's gonna
Babozzi,
be-
Bongi
That's going to be
Balongi.
German. German submarine. And it's going to be a type 11 U-boat. There we go. The type 11 U-boat had 17 type 3 GS. Holy shit. Had 7 type 3s and 6 type. The hell kind of torpedo is that? A TX1? A T11? What's the difference between the T11 and this one? T3 greater range. Oh no, less range. So the T3 did more damage. So that must be the old Type 1. That might be what they're trying to say here. The electric Type 1 and the electric Type 3. 4 nautical miles. So it's got to travel 1 nautical mile before it can fire. Max speed 750 feet or depth. Speed profile 30 knots. No speed profile here. So that's got a seeker range. I don't know what that seeker range is. Well, they both do, I guess. This one only goes out 3 miles. That one goes out 4 miles. But they got more of the Type 3s than the Type. So that doesn't look like a German submarine. All right. I wonder what let's add one of those in it. Let's see what the Type 7 looks like. The Type 7 looks more realistic. But it has steam torpedoes, has 14 of them. It has a range of 7.6 miles. But would a Type 7 get all the way over here? That's the thing. I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to go with just the standard Type 7s. And we're going to give them two submarines in a wolf pack over here to take out these 6 convoy ships. That's going to be the scenario, I think. And let's look at the formation. Oh, these guys are going to cross right in front of them. So let's see. It's going to take them. Oh, let's go back to, this is the wolf pack. That's the wolf pack. They are going to be traveling periscope depth or surface? Probably periscope depth. And they're traveling at head standard. Okay, so now we got the wolf pack, we got the convoy, and we got the DDG out here. So this DDG is $20 nautical miles. And these guys, about 7 nautical miles. All right. So does that give them enough time to intercept these guys? All right, so we need to set up a trigger. So the triggers are what happens if something happens. So we want to add a trigger We're going to call it blue wind. Yep. So the new war doesn't start for 5 days. Usually it's 3. Usually it's 3 days, 3 to 4 days, depending on how the weekend falls. But if they won the war yesterday, they should be back up and running by Wednesday or Thursday at least. And did we actually win no tugboat? Or was it a whoever was ahead won? Because I didn't hear that they were actually declared the winner. All right, so the condition is who wins if oh, you did hit 28. Okay, so so we did win then. That was the win marker was 28.
What are the champions? You never know. Every year we see that they're not that book. You never know what's going to happen.
Uh, stopped the wolf pack from destroying the convoy. Okay. I'm gonna have to go watch my video again to see how this trigger works. The triggers are the toughest part about making these. You got to get really good at knowing how to make triggers. But I don't remember if I have to set this as a conditional unit. I think I do. And then the message will trigger that you won. Okay. Let's do another trigger. I'm going to call this the briefing. The condition is it's timed. Can't enter the time. Why not? Oh, I got to set the condition date. Set date and time. Yep, right there we go. 0. And the message will be this is the blue side. The message will be you traveled back in time to 1940, 40, what the hell was it? 1940, no, not 7. $1942. Your mission is to protect convoy from Wolfpack. And this will be an intro. So it'll look like that. Traveled back in time to 1942. Your mission is protect the convoy from Wolf. From the Wolfpack. Okay. So yeah, let's go back to Blue Wind. I think under the conditions, I think I have to condition side blue. If it sinks, destroy units. That one is victory.
Something to bind it together. I love the guys
Okay. If I do it that way, then I have to change this. Remove. And then I want to set it to Wolfpack. All right. So the conditional units are if the Wolfpack gets destroyed, then it triggers this win. This is the way you got to look at that. All right. So let's save this. And let's try it out. See if this works. We'll see if it works. Should be pretty straightforward and simple, right? Now we're going to have okay, that didn't work. Okay, that didn't work. So that didn't trigger right. Exit, exit. So the win message was not right. Win trigger. Was it the win trigger or was it the briefing? Now the briefing happened. The win trigger was wrong. And that's because I had it set. Mission complete rule. Blue wins. Exit the mission. Leave a message, but we have to destroy units. We have to destroy the U-boats. If I'm doing this right. The action units. Maybe that's what I got to do. The action units are the wolf pack. Maybe it's not. Maybe the trigger is not the wolf pack. Oh, did I not set the wolf pack to red? Yeah, I did. Yeah, the wolf pack's set to red. So now the trigger, blue wins if
Sbagelli, smagozzi, babozzi, bongi balongi.
Hmm. All right. I got to save this. I got to look at my other one. I got to load up my final countdown and look at that trigger. My trigger here for Nimitz win is end missions, condition. So that's the group. Okay. You set it to there. Units in group is this. Ends the mission. Message is victory for blue. Okay, I don't have that checked. That's all I got to do is just set it to these conditions. So these are the ones I win if I sync these. Okay. So I did do it right. Is it loading? Okay, so trigger blue win condition. Sinks the U-boat, mission ends. Message, I do not need to have this destroyed. Enable or no, where's the disable? I do not need disabled units, destroyed units. Do not need that checked. Victory for the blue side. Okay, but I got to sync both of those. All right. Let's save that since I changed it and play it. See what happens. Okay, that didn't come up right.
Multiple contacts detected.
All right, so my win message did not come up right. So my win trigger. Oh, I got to set up a trigger for the red to win. Okay, so this is Wolfpack win. Okay, that's what I didn't do, because it was just saying, okay, yeah, you won. So add the condition. The Wolfpack wins if they destroy the Liberty ships. Wolfpack wins if they destroy the Liberty ships. Message, that'll exit the mission. I'll end the mission, and the message is going to be if so the blue side will be you failed. That'll be the opera. I think that'll do it now. Why am I getting the failed message right off the bat? All right. I see why it took me forever to do my other mission. All right, let's load up. Let's load up my final countdown mission and take a look at it again. Okay, the trigger for this, for the red to win. Oh, I got to change that to red. I'll have to sync all those, which I've never tested. That'll end the mission. Mission complete rule. Victory trigger for red. Okay, that's where I'm off. So and is the victory for blue completed, ends mission, and victory trigger. Okay, so I need a victory trigger. That's what I missed. All right, trigger. Let's do Wolfpack win. Victory trigger right there. Victory trigger for red. Okay, and then blue wins. Victory trigger for blue. I already had that set. All right, so now it should work. It should work. So put that again. So the message isn't working right. The exit message. Message. Not this trigger. It's the Wolfpack trigger. Oh, yeah, Wolf Track trigger failed. Wolfpack win if the condition is met that all Liberty ships are sunk. Mission. Why is it not working? Unit destroyed. Condition type unit destroyed. Condition will fire when the units are destroyed. Okay, and I need to change the other one. So I didn't change that. And now let's change the blue win. Condition type unit destroyed. There we go. Just the one little thing is all it takes. Save it and play it. Now, yeah, short war. Start the mission. There we go. Okay. Oh, I don't want the Chandler. Oh, the Chandlers. Okay, there's the convoy. We're looking at the convoy. Oh, I should have had it start with the radar on.
Air search on. Surface search on. Radar eye.
Does this have a towed array? Oh.
Transmit active sonar. Sonar eye. Ahead flank. Maneuvering eye.
Get out there and see if we can get close to the convoy.
Multiple contacts detected.
Oh, got a couple of noise contacts. That's most likely our subs. So we need to slow down.
Ahead 2/3. Maneuvering eye.
Let's get a helicopter ready. So what's this showing is, let me move this over here. Get this a little bigger here.
Multiple hostile contacts detected.
So it did detect them as hostile, the U-96 and the U-96. We got two. All it's showing is that it's out there somewhere.
Ahead flank. Maneuvering eye. Turn to course. 1, 0, 2.
Oh, no.
Helm
Wow.
eye.
That's fine. We haven't been
Roger.
bested yet.
Turn 097. Surface search on. Radar eye.
We're sending out our helo. I'm gonna get both of them out there. Go ahead and get our other one ready to launch. It's gonna take 6 minutes to get that one ready. And we got Snake 1 out there, heading out there. And we're gonna drop the sonar, oh, Snake. We'll drop a sonar buoy out here somewhere. I think we should drop one right around here. So we got active sonar and a passive. Go ahead and drop an active, say right about there. And we'll drop a passive there.
We'll go.
Ooh, that gave me a pattern. See if we can get that done in time. I didn't know that would do a pattern. I don't think I need to do that many.
Sbagelli, smagozzi, babozzi, bongi balongi.
But whatever. Works for me. It's right in the way of the convoy. Speed up time a little bit. Okay, getting ready to drop our first active. Drop it.
Buoy away.
And we dropped our active. I'm assuming it automatically turns on. Oh, what do we got going on here now? They fired torpedoes. They got close enough to fire. That one got close enough to fire torpedoes. So
Roger, turn 147.
we got what? 3 torpedoes in the water? Can we get a target on those? Wonder if I can throw an ASRock.
Engage track 7002. Torpedo in the water. Torpedo in the water. Bearing. Torpedo in the water. Torpedo in the water. Bearing. Roger that. Torpedo in the water. Torpedo in the water. Bearing.
Oh, I can't even get there.
Check left, check left. Yep.
On station.
What's up, Runic?
In nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti.
On station. On station. Buoy away.
Okay.
On buoy away.
Yeah, that's not what I wanted to do.
Roger. Turn 142.
All right, well, I got 2 active. There we go.
Engage track 7002.
Snake 1, snake 2.
Roger. Turn 106. Whip it away.
Okay, we got a...
Roger. Turn 220. Roger. Turn 17. Roger. Turn 211. Engage track 7001.
Okay, modern day torpedo. Headed towards a Type 7 German U-boat. Oh, I think I see it. There she is. She's trying to get away. Trying, doing everything it can, but it's in shallow waters. It's turning.
Roger, RTB.
There goes.
Hit track 7002.
Oh yeah, that sunk that puppy. One German Type 7 in the bottom of the Atlantic. That's a pretty good model too, of the Type 7. It's got the deck gun, got the anti-aircraft gun. I mean, that's a pretty good looking ship. All right, and we got this guy here. Is he honed in yet? He's still searching. Killed one. Uh-oh. We got these torpedoes coming in up here. Okay, that missed that one.
Torpedo in the water.
Might hit that
Torpedo in the
one.
water. Bearing.
Oh shit, we got one hit here.
We're hit.
That put a big old hole in it. I think that one's a miss. Oh yeah, definitely. All right, so this ship, we need to do a little damage control here. We got 2 damage control teams. They're both working on the engine. Shouldn't they be working on the flooding? It says flooding, 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 flooding. Are these armed? These are armed. Oh, the Liberties are all armed. I think we lost the Liberty ship. I don't think they're going to make this one. What do you mean, Nico? Oh, is this one? Oh, no, it's heading this way. So there's a possibility of it hitting that one. No, it's behind it. So that one definitely missed. This one is behind it, behind it. Oh shit, that was...
Track 7001.
Oh shit, we sank the other sub. I wasn't even paying attention to that one. All right, we destroyed both of them, yeah! All right, but we did take damage for 1 Liberty ship. So do we put the, okay, this is where we mess with the whole thing. Do we move the U-boats out a little further? Because we didn't get a chance to use the missiles. The helicopters did all the damage. Right? And it was 1 helicopter. The other helicopter didn't even make it there. So if I hadn't launched that SH-2 when I did, I would have never destroyed both U-boats. And they would have hit, at least, they would have damaged one of the Liberty ships. So do I move the Wolfpack out a little further? Do I add more boats? Do I add more Wolfpack ships? I mean, this one was really close. This is the only one, the U-boat here was the only one that fired. And it was at such a bad angle. I don't know why it fired so quickly. But I do have it on weapons. Oh, wait, do I? Do I have these guys on the Wolfpack on weapons free? Yeah. And the Liberty ships. So I'm thinking, yeah, so I'm thinking, so what do you think? I mean, is it a pretty good scenario? I mean, basically the helicopter did all the work. Should I put the Chandler out further? Maybe we play with this, that the Chandler's out here more in the bay before it engages its cloak and goes back in time. I mean, the possibilities are endless, right? Why didn't the Germans ever send a battleship over here? I guess that's my question. They sent submarines over to mess with the Allied shipping. And that's because the Allied shipping, and should we have a destroyer? Should we have a British destroyer or something escorting these ships? Of course, these are Liberty ships. You know, Liberty ships were armed. So I'm thinking I got to change the type of ships those are.
I know I'm pretty weak.
I mean, it only makes sense, right? I mean, we did get one off. I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, so if you're thinking about if you're playing it, right? If the average person is playing it, and the idea is to go protect the convoy, would they just send the ship out or would they send helicopters out? I would. I got the technology. I'd send the helicopters out to drop sonar buoys, right? So I could hear what's going on, because most likely the threat is going to come from a U-boat, right? Because I don't think I actually say that in this scenario. Take out a ship, travel back in time for the Atlantic battle, and then the mission brief, all I did there was put, you traveled back in time, your mission is protect the convoy. No, you're good. You're good, Nico. You're good. Shit, your English is great. Well, you got to give enough time. See, that's why I'm thinking either move the DDG out, because it's not in range, because when you look at the DDG, is this the ASROX? Anti-surface. No, that's not it. That's a harpoon. Or was it? Anti-aircraft, anti-surface. Were these them? Anti-aircraft, anti-surface, anti-submarine rocket. So the ASROX have a range of 6 nautical miles. So they can't even get out there until we get within 6 miles of the wolf pack. The harpoons, which are anti-ship, they can go out 20 miles, but that's not going to do you any good against the sub. And these torpedoes has a range of 8 nautical miles.
Magozzi, babozzi, bongi, balongi.
So this isn't even out there yet. Oh shit, it's got another 8 art. Jesus, got 8 harpoons. And another 8 harpoons. It's got 16 harpoons total. Plus it's anti-aircraft. These are what, 5-inch? 127 millimeter. Now bigger than 5-inch, right? Yeah, that's 5-inch, 127 millimeters, 5-inch. That's a 5-inch deck gun. I mean, we could set the submarine, instead of being at periscope depth, set them out further away from the convoy and set them on the surface, heading that direction. They'll dive when they get to the point, right? I guess. I don't know if they would. And we can try it out. It's just a matter of moving them. But I think I want to move the Chandler out further. I think I want to get it out here. We're going to be heading out that direction, like we came out of Norfolk Harbor. I'm guessing this is Norfolk Harbor, not this. I don't know the coastline all that well. But regardless, we're coming out of there. Convoy's here. I want to see about seeing what other kind of ships they have, though. I mean, Liberty is not necessarily. What was the other? Was it Britain? And did they have Britain? United Kingdom. See, and I don't think the UK had. They had destroyers, and we should give them a couple of destroyers, or at least one destroyer. I don't know what kind of destroyers were available for World War II. Let's see. Tribal class, J, K, and M. Okay, so I think I saw those. They had tribals. Tribal class destroyer. And this was so would they send a tribal destroyer to protect these convoys? And then what were the convoy ships? UK convoy ships. What were they called? Freighters. The freighters were Empire. I should know this from U-boat. So what did I say? Empire? See, do they have Empire ships? No, no Empire. Sport, ocean class, Liberty ships. No, Liberty ships are U.S. Empire coasters. So I can look this up. Hold on. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing here. Hold on. Let's go to British. So I got to go to the README file for the World War II mod that I have. All right. So these are U.S. ships, heavy cruisers, light cruisers, destroyers, submarines, auxiliaries. So there's a Boulder class Victory ship. Liberty, and a Cimarron class. And in the UK for auxiliaries, didn't have any. Not in this mod anyway. Rival class destroyers, the Daring, the L class, S&T class. Okay. So let's do this. We're going to change all these Liberty ships to U.S. auxiliary was Boulder class, Boulder Victory. Okay, let's go to U.S. There's a Cimarron. Okay, Cimarron is 25,000 ton. Okay, I like that. I like the Cimarron. Let's change this one. Cimarron class. And what else we got? We got Cimarron, Liberty, SS Ohio. Ohio. Take a look at that one. That one's a cargo ship. This one's, Jesus, 9,000 tons. And it did say it had a 20 millimeter on it. So did the Cimarron class have one that have weapons? Yeah, 100. They had a deck gun. So these are all armed. In the Boulder Victory class. The Victory class. Boulder Victory class. This one is also armed. So of all of these, oh, not the Boulder. Cimarron class. Okay, so the Cimarron class, okay, compared to the Liberty ship. Okay, so the Boulder class has 127, has a 5-inch and a 40 mil. The Liberty ship only has a 20 millimeter. Why did it look like it was armed to the teeth? And the Cimarron has 20 millimeter, 40 millimeter, and 127 millimeter. So we want to do Liberty ships. Because of those three, 1, 2, 3, Cimarron, Liberty, and the Ohio. Oh, let's do an Ohio class. Okay, so these are the three. These are the four. This one's just 20 millimeter. So this one and the Liberty are pretty close to the same type of ship. I think we just do a mix of all of them, huh? I like the Ohio. Of course, that one's only 157, 134, 139. This one's the biggest at 169 meters. But it also has more guns. So these are all late war auxiliary ships. And then the UK didn't have any. Not in the World War II mod anyway. Germany had some, or Germany did not. Soviet Union didn't have any. Oh yeah, they had Soviet Union had two types of auxiliary ships, cargo landing ships. And then the French did not have any. Sweden did not have any. Netherlands did not have any. Okay. So they're mainly focused on the US having auxiliary ships.
Oh no.
I think we'll throw a couple of Ohios in there. Which was the biggest, longest? Was the Cimarron? Cimarron and the Ohio. Let's just kick these up a notch. So we've got 3 Cimarrons, and those are the big boys. And then we'll do these as we'll leave. Well, I'll change this one to a Ohio class. And we'll do 2 Ohio classes. And 2 Liberties. So we'll do 2 Liberties, 2 Cimarrons, and 2 Ohios for our convoy of 6 ships. But I think we do need to have a destroyer escorting them. So of the destroyers that were available for the UK side, because we can force all these guys to be British. Remember, right, there's a way to do it. Yeah, national override. We can make these all UK. But at the time the Germans were over on the West Coast or East Coast, they were authorized to sink American shipping. So, but I think we should at least send, I think we should make the United Kingdom have a destroyer escort So we got L class. Let's look at the types of UK L class. That's Lion L class destroyer. Okay. It's got depth charges. So I'm thinking maybe like a little Corvette. I don't know what that would be. A daring class. Daring class destroyer. Does he have destroyers and then cruisers?
Sbagellis, magozzi,
Heavy cruisers,
babozzi,
battleships,
bongi balongi.
battle cruisers, and aircraft carriers. So realistically, yeah. So it's going to have to be a destroyer. Daring's only 120 meters long. And the L class was what? L class was 110 meters, so that's even shorter. So L class, let's leave that one up. That's the shortest one so far. Then we have the daring JK and M class. AKN class is 108. That's even smaller. So we'll go with that one for right now. And then the JKN, there's a G and H class. G and H class, 98. So that's the winner. I want the shortest ones possible. G and H, and then S and T class. S and T is 110. So we're going to go with the G and H class destroyer. We're going to add one. It'll be the HMS Swift. All right. So now I need the formation editor. And the Swift would have been out front. There we go. There's a convoy coming in. I think I'm going to move these guys out a little further. They were in very shallow waters. Of course, these guys were hugging the coast too. I mean, technically they would have been out a little further, right? They wouldn't have been that close to the shore. Yeah. Moves them out into a little bit deeper water. Because realistically, this is the way they'd be. And they're moving in. So then the wolf pack will have out here moving in for the interception. But they're at periscope depth already. So I'm going to change those to surface. So shallow depth. on the surface because they're going to intercept that convoy. And the Chandler just appears there. This convoy is coming in. So how far does the convoy have? 39 nautical miles? Yeah. Okay. That's what that means. So from traveling from there to there is 39 nautical miles. These guys are 21 nautical miles. But that'll give them a little bit of time. So that'll give the Chandler or the Eldridge can I change that? No, because that's the unit name. I'm just going to change it to the kid class. There we go. That should change it. But the actual still comes up saying the Chandler class. Oh, is that because that's what I got it set at? Yeah. Chandler. Okay, but we don't want it to be the Chandler. We want it to be the Eldridge. And the Eldridge was DDG 173. There we go. And it's a kid class destroyer. Okay. And I think I'm going to have the radars on. Oh, and this does not have a towed array. Not that that's important, I guess. Right? Surface search radar, mounted sonar, noisemakers and chaff. Yeah. No towed arrays. So I may think about changing that later. Check out a DDG that's got towed array. But for right now, I think that's a pretty good setup. Going to take a little time. I mean, because literally the distance between us and the convoy is we're 80 miles, 80 nautical miles.
Who got this one?
So it's going to be a bit before we can get there. And I think I may even move the wolf pack. How far? Because that's a good. So from around here. So if the wolf pack was shadowing the convoy, it wouldn't be out more than about 10 nautical miles. What about it? Ghost Recon. So I have a Ghost Recon. Or no, what do I got? I have a something 6. I have Rainbow 6. I got Rainbow 6 Vegas and Rainbow 6 Siege. But I don't have Ghost Recon. No. So I'm assuming. Okay. All right. Yeah. And then you and I will get together on a day that I can stream it, that you can play. It is multiplayer, right? It is a multiplayer game. So that's going to take 7 minutes to get there. Cool. Matt could like that. All right. So it's going to take about 2 minutes for this convoy to get there and the wolf pack to get there. It'll take about 2 minutes because the wolf pack is actually traveling at a head standard, which would be about all they'd want to do because they'd want to preserve fuel. Okay, but I got to change the shape of the convoy though. We're going to mix these up too. I'm going to put a Cimarron class on this side. Ohio. There we go. All right, there we go. That should be, they're all traveling roughly the same direction. Or would they be traveling more like this? With this guy out front. I think they'd be traveling more like that. Yeah. All right, I like that. And then this wolf pack. We're going to give them 4 ships. Going to give them 4 U-boats. And I'm going to space them 5 apart. And back a little bit. Where's the other ship? There's 2 of them on top of one another there. I can't grab. So, all right, let's get rid of that. 404, 201, 201, 404. That's got to be the U100. So let's remove that one. Okay, now let's add U100. Sometimes it's a little twerky that way. There we go. Grab the U100. If those are
Sbagelli, Smagozzi,
10
Babozzi,
miles,
Bongi
10
Balongi.
nautical miles range, would they be that close? Or in a 20 mile, they would be 10 miles out, 15 miles out, 5 miles out. So if that's 20, that's 5, 10, 15, 20. Oh no. 20. That's 15. That's 15 right there. That's 20. That's 10. That's 5. How far out is that ring? About 5 miles out. All right, Kazuri. I'll let me look on Steam and see if it came through yet. Yep. You received a gift. And accepted. All right. She's downloading right now. Yeah, that's a good formation for these U-boats. U-47's out front. Going to take them 2 minutes to get there, 2 minutes and 5 to get there. "14 nautical miles, 24 nautical miles." How fast are these guys going? These guys are going ahead standard. So I don't know how fast that is. That would be, I mean, that's typical. Head standard. Right? And being that they have weapons, these guys are okay. The Wolfpack's on the surface, right? Now what we determined? Head standard on the surface. Yep. Okay. And do we want any PBYs out there covering? I think we should. I think we should have a PBY heading out there to escort them in, because they're literally, well, they're 36 kilometers out. I should have had, I don't remember what the range of a PBY is. Let's take a look. Aircraft. Let's see. US, not a helicopter, but an aircraft. And PBY. Whoop. PBY. They have 2 anti-surface torpedoes. Holy shit. They got 2 depth charges. I didn't know they carried torpedoes on them. Wonder if I can change that loadout. Loadouts. Yeah, there we go. ASW. Just the depth charges. The anti-ship is the torpedoes. Okay. So we'll make an anti-submarine, and it has two depth charges. And just send them on patrol out of Norfolk. patrol mission. I don't know what that means they do. And we'll make them weapons free. Oh, maybe we should do a percentage chance that it'll come in. Like a 50% chance. We'll do it as 100% just to see what it does. And then I think I'll change it to 50% chance. So it may be there or it may not be there. That adds some, I mean, considering we got, what was it, 4 U-boats out here trying to sink this convoy. All right. So now all there's left to do is to just clean it up a little bit. So I'll clean up the messages, do a little bit more explanation on what we're doing here with the cloaking device that sent it back in time. So that way we can have a couple avenues here where we send the Eldridge, now that it's here and based out of Norfolk, maybe we send it across the Pacific over here and help with, help with the war effort in Germany. I mean, it's not like it's the most powerful ship, but I mean, it could be put to good use, right? So, and then I'll get this uploaded to Steam. If you guys are playing this, look for it. It's going to be called the Reverse Philadelphia Experiment. It'll be by me. I've already got the final countdown out there, and I'll do the final countdown 1, 2, 3, and 4. It'll be just kind of a continuing series. So if you guys got suggestions on what you'd like to see the Nimitz or the Eldridge do, please send me something in Discord, send me a private message in Twitch. Next time I'm on stream, if you have an idea, say, hey, I'd really like to see this. A backflip. You're so funny. I bet you could do a backflip though. You're that wrestler guy, right? Aren't you that wrestler? So there we go. Oh, and I didn't give that group a name. PBY Catalina. Is that how you spell that? Aircraft. CATA, yeah, Catalina. This didn't look right. PBY Catalina. It's on patrol. It's got the ASW loadout. And then we'll set it to 100% now, but we will put it in as a percentage to trigger, give it a little bit more advantage. All right, so I'm thinking this one's definitely a 2-star. It's not that hard to do. You just got to find and sink 5 subs. Oh, that was the trigger. Okay, so let's go to the trigger and blue wins, condition. We have to sink, remove all from group. Wolfpack, we got to sink all of these guys for that to win. And should we do a percentage for the red to win? Should we do a percentage of, I mean, if they get to the convoy and sink some ships? I think we should do that. Wolfpack wins. We got to remove all these because those aren't. Oh, no, I did update it. Trigger for red, exit submission. Destroy units. Disable. I don't know if there's a disable a certain amount for victory conditions. Oh, minimum number of units. Condition units. If I have it set to minimum of 3, how many was in the convoy? 2, 4, 6. Yeah, so if they sink half the convoy, that would be a victory. Because if I set it to 0, they have to sink all of them in order to win. We don't want them to have to sink all of them. We just want them to damage them or sink at least 3, right? We have to sink all the ships, all the subs. So for blue to win, yeah, we have to sink all of the ships, all 4. I mean, you think about it, there's 4 torpedoes per ship. That's 16 torpedoes on 6 ships if they all get into position. Oh, there we go. All right. So, like I said, the only thing left to do is just kind of tweak it up a little bit, make it a little prettier. Set the messages a little bit better than, yeah, you win, yay. You know, like I have that for the final countdown. I prettied up the messages. I used Rear Admiral Chester Nimitz as the message that comes up saying you successfully stopped Pearl Harbor attack, Chester Nimitz, and then it promotes you with Eisenhower's permission. He promoted you to Rear Admiral, stuff like that. You know, I added all that into the text. So it makes it a little bit more comprehensive. I'll do that with this one, but I'm going to do that off camera. That's not something I have to do here. But you see how long it takes to make a mission? I mean, I kind of put some thought into it. We did a lot of talking. I could have done this a little bit quicker, I think. I just got to get more on the triggers. So I got to practice more on this, which is fine. But yeah, I'd say we got a good mission here. And we will, oh, I got to give a direction for this. So let's head out this way. There we go. So that'll give the Catalina a little bit of direction. It's on patrol, heading out towards the convoy. It just took off from the airfield, which I probably should put it. I don't know where the airfield's at, but we'll say it's right there. And see, that's the other thing I can do. I could add an airfield and some anti-aircraft, but I mean, it's not like we got German planes coming over here, right? But, you know, there's all sorts of scenarios you can do. I just love the whole World War II aspect of this. You know, you could set up, I mean, there's Pearl Harbor right? You've got the Philippines down here. Oop. Takes a minute for it to lock in. Here's Guadalcanal right here. You could do a definite scenario out of here where maybe instead of a ship, it's a plane, right? You got some sort of super sophisticated futuristic plane coming in to help with Guadalcanal. A B-52 bomber, right? Dropping bombs on Guadalcanal and killing Japanese. So all sorts of stuff you can do with this game. All sorts of stuff. So I really like it. I blame Captain Jimbo. Now he's got another one he's got to play out for me. Anybody who's playing this out, please get a hold of me. Let me know. I need to know how to tweak it. But I think I'm going to call it a stream right there, guys. It's right almost close to my time to go. And there's really not much more to do in this scenario except flesh it out. But see, I don't even know what these are, right? I haven't even looked at these. Like here's Panama City. Is it actually a city? Does it actually have city lights and all that? I don't know. Honolulu didn't. But then when I started playing the game, Honolulu was like this huge metropolis because it's modern day, right? But see, here's Havana as a seaport. So what's in the seaport of Havana? I don't know.
Babozzi, Bongi Balongi.
That's Cuba. So we got an air base up here. These aren't World War II. These are modern day. So, I don't know how that impacts the gameplay of World War II. But we can even do some, say London's getting bombed. It's the Battle of Britain. And we got Supermarine Spitfires against ME-109s. And all of a sudden, here comes a, some super sophisticated futuristic airplane that comes in and wipes out all the bombers and the fighters, and yeah, kind of fun stuff. Doesn't mean, now I'm telling you right now, guys, I tested out my Pearl Harbor mission, and just because you have an F-14 Tomcat going up against Japanese Zeros doesn't mean they can't shoot your Tomcat down. Speaking from experience, they shot a couple of my Tomcats down, but I had 2 Tomcats against 30 Japanese Zeros. Yeah, they got some shots off and they got me. So there is that. So guys, I'm going to call it right there. Thank you so much. Let's see. I don't know if we can raid out anybody just because I don't know if anybody's playing Sea Power. I know none of the people I know are. Let's see who I'm following. Let's see what they're playing. Wild Dog's playing college football. I rated him yesterday. LDE is playing Operator. LDE probably plays Sea Power. He plays Broken Arrow. So this is Operator uses real world tactics. So, oh, and it's a charity stream. I don't know if I can raid him during a charity stream. We'll try it. If it doesn't work, then I just skip raiding somebody. Let's see. Can I start the raid? No, unable to raid him because he's doing a charity stream. They don't like raids during charity streams. So, yeah, I guess. Yeah, and there's nobody playing this game that I could raid. Wild Dog, I raided him yesterday. Oh, here's Melina. She's playing the Ranchers. That's what I was playing on Sunday. Let's go raid her out. See what she's doing in her Ranchers game. if you like ranchers, I mean, I like ranchers. I just got to get everybody together to do it. So we'll go raid her out. She's not running her camera today. Probably a bad hair day. So, but give her some love, guys. She's a great streamer. She's been streaming for 52 minutes now, so she's probably got a little ways to go. Give her some love. Tell her the captain sent her. And I will talk to you and see you guys tomorrow. I'm out.
Airstrike complete. Egress route set.